Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I didn't realize they were that big of a school.
You know it's really great, let's go fishing. In the rivers and on the lakes, let's go fishing. It's easy when you try, floating on the water with good old Steve in mind. Floating on the water with good old Steve in mind.
Hey, good evening, folks, and welcome to the Let's Go Fishing Show. And we're glad you could tune in tonight. And Mike, good to have you with me.
Good to be here.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. I want to say hello to Dad and to Bill and Paul Harrison, if he's tuned in, and all you viewers. You know, we're glad to have you watching. Like I say, ever so often. We got a problem somewhere, Houston. Where's it at, Mike? We don't have sound or whatever it is. Let's see. Oh, was that a bad call?
Fax.
Fax. Oh, okay. Somebody sent a fax in. I don't know. Anyway, what I started to say was, we're all the time running into people that, hey, they wouldn't know us from Adam, but except for this show, and they say, hey, we watch you every week.
Yeah.
Man, that's great. That's absolutely great. We would like to do a better job of filming and that kind of thing, and it's hard to do, when you work 10 hours a day, 5-6 days a week.
It is.
It's hard to get it all in and keep the yard mowed and the leaves raked up and garbage hauled off. I mean, it's just a rat race.
That's for sure.
That's all it is. Yeah. If Mike will let me there in the near future, I'd like to just have nothing to do, Mike, but just get up and go fishing if I wanted to. Or come back home if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying?
I tried that.
Yeah? Right. Yeah.
I enjoyed it for a little while.
I heard that. Shucks.
Then my wife said I had to go back to work.
Yeah. Yeah. Okie dokie. Yeah. Well, anyway, that was a false alarm. Lay this thing over here out of the way. Turn the volume down on it so it just vibrates. And we won't be embarrassed with all this other stuff going on. Right, Mike?
That's right.
Yep.
Hello, Dad.
Yeah, buddy. I hope he's tuned in. He better be, hadn't
he? Yeah.
Okay.
I told him, I said, I'm going to bring Steve down here and let him stay with you for a day or two.
Yeah. Anyway, we got a little bit of, Mike's got a little bit of crappie film, I think.
Yep.
And I think Wesley and I have got 3, 4, 5 minutes. Let me tell you what we got into. The dang aerator pump went out on my boat, and they're not any of them things. I mean, they're not easy to get to. Mine is probably a little better than some, but man, you got to stand on your head. Cause you just don't have a lot of room to work back there. And but we finally did get that thing finished up, buckled up, and the gas tank slid back in place, and all screwed down and all that stuff. I think it was our Saturday evening we finished it up. Saturday night, I guess, and then so Sunday when I got back from church, I told Wesley, I said, let's take this thing down to Little Emery and back it in the water and make sure we don't have any leaks. I'll turn the aerator pump on and that kind of thing. And I said, well, let's let it sit there for 10, 15, 20 minutes. But I said, because you get out here and you dump that thing off, and next thing you know, the back of the boat's full of water if you do have a leak. And we don't need that happening. So we tested it there on the trailer and got everything fixed up and pulled back up, unhooked the front, and went fishing.
That's facts.
That's another fact. So, okay, good. And so everything was fine. So we got a little bit of fishing film, caught 3 or 4 fish, I think, maybe 5, and so everything went well. The pump worked okay, pumping water in the live well, and recirculating and all that good stuff. So it was a deal, Now this new, the way they got these aerator pumps set up now, or this one here that we got was a brand new one. It's different from the one that came out of the back of the boat. The one that came out of the back of the boat, you had to take the whole thing out. Now, Mike, this thing's got the motor and the pump impeller is a cartridge. You got the base there that cuts the water off coming in or recirculates the water and that kind of thing. And now that thing is, about like that on top, and it's got a little red button down here on the side. If you push that in and then twist the pump, it starts spinning out, and I mean you can just pull the cartridge. They call it a cartridge, which is the motor and the impeller. Everything else stays in the back of the boat, and so you put that in there, and then you got to hook your electrical wires up and your battery, coming off your battery, and after you tighten that thing down, it's done deal. You don't have to go through all that pulling hoses off the live well and out of the back of the boat and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty simple.
But you had to do all that to put the new one in.
Yeah, had to do all that, other stuff to get that new one in. But anyway, man, we got it fixed up, and it worked okay. We didn't have any leaks, and we were tickled to death for that. So we're moving right along. We're ready to fish.
Ready to go.
Yep, that's a fact. So I hope that in there lasts as long as that other one did. Yeah, be in good shape. But I'll tell you what, I'm gonna show that film that I got, and then Mike, I want to tell you a fishing report that I run into Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, you talking about a dandy, and I'm fixing to go try it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds
sure
good.
am. Definitely for a fact.
Say hello to Bill, too, while you're there.
Yeah. What do you mean?
You didn't say hello to...
Yeah, I did. I said hello to Dad and to Bill and Paul and old Mike Pennington and Larry Melton down there in Rockwood. Yeah, I sure did, Mike. You just wasn't listening. You was off over there catching one or something, trying to get the dip net or something.
I don't carry dip net.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyway.
Try to avoid that penalty.
Yeah. We got that. I'm going to go ahead here right quick while it's laying in front of me. Got a flyer here. You want to close up on that, Dylan? Let's see if we can get it where we need to be. Dylan got his remote on that. I'll read this thing. It says, well, here he comes. He's going to zoom in on it, and then I'll read it. Let's see. All right, now he's got that thing on automatic. He'll go back in there and hit the joystick and zoom in. There you go. Well, that yellow kind of, the top part's showing up really good, but down towards the bottom, not doing so well. Anyway, I'm going to read this thing off. It says, Lady Eagle Softball Fishing Tournament. This is a benefit tournament for softball team. Saturday, November the 7th, 2020, Douglas Lake, Dandridge Ramp. Entry fee is $100 per boat, 70% payback. $10 optional big fish, which pays back 100%, paid for big largemouth and smallmouth. Pay one place for every 7 entries. All proceeds go to Gibbs Lady Eagles softball team in their quest for the program's 11th state championship, which that's a pretty good record too. Safe flight to 3:30. Must be off plane, not fishing within 100 yards of boat ramp, or will be disqualified. All TWRA regulations will apply. Life jackets must be worn while outboard engine is in operation. 5 bass limit, no dead fish. Register the morning of the tournament beginning at 5 a.m. For questions or to pre-register, you may contact Chris Bell at 865-740-3210, and says door prizes will be given away and raffle tickets will be sold for prizes including rods, reels, tackle packs, and guide trips. So there you go, Mike. Pretty good little deal.
Yeah, I think Jeff told me that there's a couple of them guys that was helping put that on was a couple of police officers over there out of Knoxville. I don't know whether it's county or city or what, but anyway, that's a good deal there if anybody wants to go up and fish Douglas Lake.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably be better than fishing Watch Bar Lake. Everybody struggling down there. But now if you want to catch a rockfish, things is happening down at Watch Bar.
Is it?
Yes, sir.
Well, now exactly what do you mean by that, Mike?
Well, they was short was feeding like hogs down there the other day.
And rockfish was?
Yeah, buddy. It sounded like you dropped that boat in the water.
Shucks.
Yeah. And
Well.
shoe stripe and run around breaks too. Most of them big rockfish is up, getting fattened up for wintertime. Them schools of minnows.
Well, I mean, it's time for them, Mike.
It's time for them to.
You know, yeah, heck, yeah, it's time for them to be. Was they in the coves or out in the channel?
Yeah,
was they in the coves to break?
In the coves. I hadn't seen none out on the channel, but ones I seen was in the coves.
Yeah. Okay.
The minnows.
Mm.
I was in the middle of the lake down there.
Right.
Stuff, but yeah, I went Saturday down and fished a bass tournament for the operating engineers. Decided to have another one. They're talking about having another one again. I don't know exactly when. Probably another week or so. But fished it on Saturday and took first place in big fish. And then I went back Sunday and caught some crappie. Had 8 crappie. Caught a whole bunch of crappie that 10 inches, or not exactly 10, but close to 10. And must have caught 15 or 20 of them. It wouldn't keep, just a little bit short.
Yeah.
And tried to get all of it on camera, but evidently I didn't do that good on the filming, because every time I'd turn the dang screen around to see if the camera was on, you couldn't see the screen.
What was that, because the sun was shining in?
Yeah,
Well, put an umbrella over it.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Put
I mean,
an umbrella on it.
Mike's, other cameras that he had there, those Sonys, they were small, real small cameras, and you couldn't see what you were filming on them. Then the one he's got now is like mine, so if you turn it, you can turn the screen forward and watch, you're looking at what it's filming, but if it's in the direct sunlight, no, you can't see it.
Can't see nothing.
You can't see it. I mean, it just blacks out.
The red light that was on top of the Sonys, you could see that no matter when,
Yeah.
day or night.
Yeah.
Tell when you had it on, but and even the remotes, when I had the remotes working, you could look on the screen on your wrist remote there and
Right.
see what you was filming. And,
Yep. Okay.
stuff, but yeah. But anyway, I done the best I could do. Couldn't get my partner to go with me. He was busy. He's out of town, so.
Well, anyway, that sounds pretty good. Dylan, you got that film ready on the my camera? All right, let's see it.
One thing you can say,
Oh,
though,
well, in just a minute. Mike, what is it?
them fish was really good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know they eat good.
I ate a big mess of them
Well, tonight or
last night.
last night? Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, that's good.
I've been trying to eat some more of them tonight.
There ain't nothing wrong with them, Mike. I'll tell you that right now. Okay, now, Dylan, put us on the film there. Now we're recording, Wesley.
About time.
About time. Pretty good little keeper fish right there now.
2.5, 3 pounds.
Yeah, good deal.
There you go.
I messed up on the show the other night. I got to trying to run through my menu for Mike there on my camera and wound up and deleted everything that I was trying to save. But anyway, I had a hold of one back there a minute ago and didn't get him in. And so good deal, Wes. Get another. All right, there Wes is with another fish. Is that a stripe? Yeah, it is, ain't it? I thought it was a back. All right. Nothing with him right there, he said. Okay, go right ahead.
All right. Looks like Papa found him a green fish here. Nice one. Nice one.
Oh. Okay, I'll let you do the honors, guys. Lift him up.
He is.
Yeah,
Swallowed it.
he's swallowed, yeah. He's all over.
He was wanting.
Yeah.
There he is. It's a nice one. Another one of them 2.5, 3 pounders.
Yeah, pretty fish.
Yeah,
Back
it is.
in water.
Back in water.
Yeah, bud.
There he goes. All right, the very next cast, found him another one. I don't know if that's a keeper or not, but that's a nice fish.
I'd say he'd be real close.
Be close.
If he's not a keeper.
Yeah.
And shucks. There you go.
There he is. All right.
Yeah, yeah, buddy.
There he goes. Get another.
Now, yeah, Wesley's got one here in the boat. Yeah, buddy, Wes. Good deal. Back in the water. Folks, there's a gang of minnows on this little old point right here, and it's only about a foot deep. And they're just running through there about every 10 minutes or so or less. And we're getting one out there every time they run through there. So we'll keep at them right here for a few minutes, see what happens. Remember our sponsors and let's go fishing. All right, here comes Wesley in with another fish. Yeah, that fish ain't bad there, Wes. Pretty good. Pretty good fish, yeah. Attaboy. He's throwing a rattling bait. He calls it a rattle trap, but I've never heard of him. Yeah. Yeah. The old rattle trap. Caught a many a fish on them over the years. They will catch them. Pliers? Yeah. All right. Yeah. Now, Major League Fishing, if it touches you, you got a 2-minute penalty. Sit down there. You touched your leg. I seen it. I'm the umpire. Okay, Wesley's got another little white bass here. White bass, stripe, whatever you want to call them. We've called them both over the years. Caught a lot of them.
I wonder if I can get him to stop flopping around and get him unhooked.
Well,
Good luck with that, though.
yeah. All right, get him off. Let's get another. All right, Wesley's got another fish on here. Let's see what it is. Oh, yeah. Your buddy. Look at him there. Another white bass stripe.
they're vicious.
Yeah, oh, that's good. Yeah, you got that fish slime all over my seat. Okay. Yeah, Mike, that Let's Go Fishing sticker there in the back of the window of the truck looked awful good. We'll put another one on there on the other side. I do have 5 or 6 different colors. If anybody's interested, give me a call. My cell phone, 310-1854. Or, send me your address, whatever, just so we can get I wanted to, Mike Pennington gave me an idea about putting these things there. They're sponsors, Tim Stars, Reynolds Racing, Marine, Edgemore Outdoors and stuff, but I didn't want to burden them with trying to keep up with the money. They got their business to take care of, but that could change. We may come up with something else, but I do have the decals, 5 or 6 different colors. Get in contact with me, and we'll try to make arrangements to get you 1, 2, 3, whatever you might need. Larry Melton there, he had put one on his console in his boat, and had one on the back window of his vehicle. They looked pretty good. So anyway, we want to let everybody know we got those. Let me tell you about the fishing trip. Like I said, we went down there to test and make sure we didn't have any water leaks. And I told Wes, I said, if everything goes good and we don't have to bring this thing back to the house and pull the gas tank out of it again and get back down in there and tighten everything up, I said, we'll go out here and fish a little bit. Okay. So we made a few casts there in Little Emery and had a bump or two, didn't catch anything. And so we started out of there, and the biggest thing, there was some milfoil growing around that little old boat ramp there at Little Emery, and we started out of the creek, and buddy, there's every one of them shallow points had a bunch of milfoil run out on it. And I thought, this is good, real good. Well, so then we went and hit, we got into Big Emery and started down towards Lad Landing from from the Little Emery side. In the Big Emery, went by Dickey Valley and by the Skimmer Wall and all that kind of stuff. But every one of those shallow bars down through there had grass growing on it.
Oh, yeah.
And good, it looked real good. We fished some of it, but we never got the first bite out of it. And it was, even on them coming out on, how them shallow bars are down all the way from the pier there at Little Emery from the Lad Landing. It's good, I would think, sandy, dirty bottom, for be good grass growing land, So it was all there, all them shallow pockets off the main channel was plumb full of grass. And I'm just hoping that this is just a little bit of what we got a whole lot to come.
Yes, sir.
But we did fish some of it, and we never got a bite out of it. And the minnows was in there hopping, and like they do. But the fish just didn't seem to be in it. And but I was real proud to see it had kind of flourished in that neck of the woods. And I don't know what it would be on into the Clinch side, but that sure is looking good there in Big Emery. So, but we're coming into the drawdown season, so they'll be pulling the water down. When they pull that water off of it, it's gone. It don't take it long to wither down, but you know, you've got it's just like your yard, you know. It doesn't grow much in the wintertime,
That's right.
you know. But now let it get spring and they put the water back on it. So, I mean, what it is, the root system is there. You just add the water and hopefully it'll come right back.
That's right.
You know, so makes good habitat, you know, for them fish to gives them a place to hide, the bait fish to hide, and the fish, you know, hunt them out and find them and have food for them, you know. So it's a good thing. Because I hadn't been down there, shucks, since May. You know, I mean, we've been fishing north, you know, just about every weekend, and then the other day when we were down at there first of the month, we fished that first IUOE tournament. Well, heck, you know, there's all, you know, the grass was in the Piney River and on the lower end of the lake down through there. You just had to find it. Most of the shallow water had grass on it. So I didn't know it was like that up in the Emory section.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So hadn't been down there in a while. But anyway, it's all good. I mean, it's all good. Just have to see what happens here, and I'm thinking it'll be it'll pay off here in a little bit, you know. Because I don't remember ever seeing any milfoil up in that part of the Emory River. You know, there's always been some in the clinch, but it never. And you know the way that current works, it backs up into the Big Emory, and it actually pushes. It was designed to push it through the skimmer wall.
Yeah.
Into the plant up there to keep water flowing into Kingston steam plant. Kept there at the skimmer wall. It kept that pond behind the wall full of water. You know, there was current always going through there. So anyway, it was looking good. Looking good.
Yes, sir.
All right, now the other thing to that is I run into the old boy that we went to school with and played football with there in LeCounte.
Yeah.
Tommy?
Tommy or Donnie?
Tommy. And he told me that it was, you know, just 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and he said, Steve, he said, I said, I've not caught so many fish in my whole life as I have here the last few weeks. I said, what do you mean? He said, yeah, he said, on this silver spoon, he said, and he said, walleye, I mean some big ones. I said, what? He said, yeah. And he's, you know, he said he was out there next to the channel throwing that spoon, and he said, man, he caught some dandies. Yeah. And I told him, I said, well, now, Tommy, they've been putting them fingerlings in down here for, shucks, 6, 7 years. And he said, what do you mean? I said, well, they bring 300,000 or 400,000 of them walleye fingerlings down here and turn them loose. They turned them loose up in Big Emory, and they turned them loose below Milton Hill and below Loudon Dam. I said, you know, they've been putting these things in here for several years now. And he said, man, he said, I didn't know that. And I said, yeah, there's always been walleye in this section of the lake here, but I said, never a whole lot of it. And, but I said, they are now. And I said, you know, there was some boys catching 3, 4, 5 years ago, they catching their limit down here about every night. And I said, so he said, buddy, he said, I've sure been, he said, I wouldn't have believed it. I said, I've been doing it about any evening I get a chance to come down here. He said, I go out there and find 3 or 4 of them. I said, man, that sounds good, you know. So hopefully that's paying off for that anyway, for sure. Anyway, Dylan, take us to a break, will you? All right, yeah, we got some pictures.
Show commercial.
Yeah, show us a commercial break. Hey folks, here at Tim's Tires, there's the times that they're open. The day, that's 5 days a week. They're open from 8 to 12:30 on Saturdays. All right, folks, we're inside here in the warehouse. Just wanted to give you a quick look at all the tires and stuff they got. And here we are. There's some four-wheeler tires, lawnmower tires, just a mixture of about any kind of tire you want. So keep that in mind. Then here we get into the light truck, automobiles, that kind of thing. So just walk through here and give you a quick look at what they've got in stock here. I mean, it's it's just, I don't know, man. They must be a couple of thousand tires in here right now, if not more. Sizes, shapes. You truckers, you know the word. This is a place to get your tires for your trucks. And these over here, getting a little bigger sizes. Light trucks, heavier automobiles, this kind of thing. And as you can just see back through there, it's just, heck, I don't know, this building's probably about 300 feet, one end to the other, and they're wall to wall. Remember Tim's Tires, folks. That's down here on Highway 27 on your way into Harriman, and get the best deals they're going. So give them a call, price check, whatever you want to, and if you want a special tire that they might not have, you could, they'll definitely get it for you. Tim's Tires. Let people know what we represent.
That's what we're all about. We do try to do an honest day's work for the people, and we've got operators from all over the DOE sites, TVA sites, the outside contractors. We just about everywhere you see a heavy piece of equipment, good chance that you'll see an operating engineer on it, rather it be Barnhard. I'd like to mention them, All Crane, and all of them that's signatory to us. We have over 100 contractors that's signatory to us, so I definitely appreciate those guys all the way in Chattanooga, Kingsport, Tullahoma, throughout all the way up to Johnson City. So we do cover a big area, and just let us know if we can be any help to local contractors that come through these areas. We'll definitely send you some people.
All right, David. I appreciate all those good words, and we'll get this on the air, and I want to thank you again.
Thank you.
All right.
It's fat too.
All right, we're back. Yeah. Okay. Run over something here right quick from Reynolds Racing Marine. Talked to them today. Lynn's got a new Bullet just come in, but it's already gone. They're mounting the engine stuff on it now. It's just got an Allison there. He's got an Allison sold. Got another Allison coming in. He's got one sold. They're rigging it out also. And he wanted me to mention to y'all again about this, I guess especially on these, but not every boat. I mean, these.
There you go.
Yeah, there's that
Trade-in boat.
Trade-in, yeah, used Bullet there, ain't it?
Yeah.
And still got that thing there for sale. Nice looking rig. But if you're thinking about buying a boat next spring, pleading with you to come down there and look over, look it over and get your order in before it's too late. I mean, you get it ordered now, and you might, you can customize it. Basically, is what it amounts to.
Yeah.
If other than that, he's got to order the boat, whether it be a Allison or a Bullet or a Express. He's got to order that thing just kind of whatever he feels like that he can sell, and it may not be exactly what you're wanting. Where if you go down there and say, yeah, I'm thinking about trading to come spring, I'd like to see this, and I'm sure he'd be more than glad to fix you up.
Oh, yeah.
That kind of thing. So it just takes a lot of burden off of him trying to pick the colors that you would like and how you'd like to have your boat laid out and that kind of thing. So he wanted me to invite all of you down there. He's got a couple of crappie boats, crappie specials he calls them. They got like the double seats on the front pedestal and all that kind of stuff down there. So if you're interested in a crappie rig, you might want to get by there and check them out. He's got high school specials coming in, and got 2 more of them coming in. If you're getting into this high school fishing, or the 7th, 8th graders fishing thing, they have the junior league. They've got those 18-foot boats. I think they got a 115 engine on them, and got depth finders and all that. I mean, they're supposed to be pretty nice, Then he's also got a fishing pontoon supposed to be in. If you want the pontoon boat to fish out of, or fish off of, you might check with him on that. It's supposed to be in here. It may come in tomorrow or first of next week. It's a pontoon boat set up for fishing, Mike.
Well, what the big deal on that is, instead of the fencing going all the way up to the very front and across, they back it up about 4 foot, and then they put you pedestal holders up there where you can mount a trolling motor on there, because if you put the fence all the way around, you can't put a trolling motor up there.
That's true. Exactly right. So he's got one of them coming in. Like I said, it'll be in either tomorrow or first of the week. So give him a holler there. Go by and check it out and see if there's something there that you like. And if not, if you want to order something, it'd be even better.
Yeah, and you order a boat today, 3-4 months before you get it.
I don't doubt it a bit.
I know.
I mean,
I talked to a fella. They said 14 to 16 weeks.
Yeah.
3 to 4 months.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a little while to get one. I mean, it's if you're 4 or 5 in line, it takes a while. I mean, there ain't no 2 ways about it. It just takes a little time to get one built and get it rigged out and all that kind of stuff. So
it amazes me that people can't find people to work, but then the workers is all hollering they can't find a job.
Yeah, I guess so, Mike. I know we're in some trying times right now for sure. Okay, what kind of film you got for us?
Well, I didn't get to get any Saturday down there on the bass fishing, but I did catch do some filming there on the crappie. But I caught 6 bass and had 2 that keep. That one was right at 4 pound, and then the other about 2 pounds, And, but like I say, I caught 1 smallmouth that's 17 3/4, and the other 2 largemouth. They was pretty close to keeping, but they just wouldn't keep. So, But I did manage to get 8 crappie out of it. It caught 2 stripe at the same time. down there in one spot. I don't know if I got that on film or not, but
Yeah.
they both slammed it pretty hard there. I said, boy, I got a big one now. Yeah. Got it up and it two-stripe. I said, But I had a good time. It was a good day of fishing. Just a slight breeze and everything blowing. It's a beautiful day to be out there, that's for sure.
Okay. All right, before we show your film, let's show the pictures you got, Dylan. Tony Gallagher sent me 2 pictures. We'll look at those here right quick, and then we'll get into your film. Well, yeah, there we go. There we go. Cause on, yeah. I think there's 4. I think there's 5 crappie there. Yeah. No, just the 4. But them's pretty nice ones, Mike.
That's a nice one, too.
Yeah. Now show us that big smallmouth. See, caught that big smallmouth. I think he said it weighed 4.5 pounds.
Ooh.
Caught it on the Miners, our crappie fishing.
Yeah.
Sure did. That's a nice fish.
You ain't kidding, that's a nice fish.
Sure is. All righty. Okay, Dylan, show us what Mike's got there on his film.
You didn't talk him into throwing it back, did you?
No, he done brought it to the house.
The creek's right behind his house. He
I
could have thrown
know.
him in it.
He's tickled to death to get it, I guess. Help fill in that void in the crappies there with that smallmouth. Sure. All right, show us Mike's crappie film, Dylan.
Down here at Watch Bar, put in there. Okay, folks, it's Sunday. Down here at Watch Bar, put in down here at Rockwood. I'm gonna go out and see if I can figure out exactly where them good keeper crappies at. So we get a minute on here and see if we can find a few of them. Hopefully we won't be feeding the stripe today, but you never know. It's gonna be a nice day. Supposed to get up about 70 degrees. A lot warmer right now than what it was yesterday. So anyway, we get our minnows on here and get after them. So remember the sponsors and let's go fishing. Okay, folks, first drop, and I got something. I don't know what it is. It's a dandy. It's like a big cat. Oh yeah, that's a big one. My goodness. My goodness, I reckon. Big old blue, I'm telling you. That rascal. You ain't gonna give up, that's for sure. Yeah. I hope you can get a picture of him. I'm gonna get him off there if I can. He finally straightened the hook out. Oh, goodness gracious. What a mess. I thought I was through with them rascals. But anyway, we get Rick back up here. Maybe we can try it again. All right, let's see what we got this time. Oh, that's a crappie keeper too. Yeah, looks like a keeper. Measure him out here and see. About 24, 25 foot. Put him on the board here. And oh yeah, he's 11 inches. Yeah. One down and 14 more to go. All right. Striper this time. My goodness. Oh yeah. I don't know. I told you. Rascals. Let's see what this is. Another stripe. Coming up, 5 in a row right there, I believe. Come and drop down there, catch a stripe. He's all I ever seen. Up in it.
Yeah. Well, so you got it back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. After all that.
Yeah. I had to cut, and twisted and broke and carried on, and finally I drug that brush pile back out there and left it. I said, maybe somebody else will hang up in it next time.
Well, no. After you pulled it like got it up on the bank or up there in 5 foot of water, you should have left it alone.
No, I took it back out there in 25 foot of water.
That's what I figured.
And I was hoping that whoever left that big ball of line in there would come back and get it. I mean, that fishing line something else, but that daggone nylon string, 100-pound test or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You hang up in that stuff, it don't come out.
Okay. Well, tell us about the fishing film there, Mike. We don't have a whole lot of time.
Well, like I said, I caught a few out of, I guess, 4 different spots that I caught a fish in that would keep. The rest of the time, it seemed like every place I hit was catching them little bitty ones.
Yeah.
Just that wouldn't keep, you know. And there's like I said, I didn't get a lot of them on film there, especially the stripe there where I caught 2 at one time and stuff. So, you know, I almost used up 2 dozen minnows. But anyway, had a great day there at it. They was all at water temperature 72 degrees, and seemed like all the crappie that I did catch was between 20 and 25 foot. I don't think I caught anything over 25 foot, and nothing no shallower than 20 foot. Tried a few of them, you know, shallower and deeper, and just didn't do no good on them.
Well, Mike, that don't sound too good. I mean, I don't know. what's going on unless the fish are. How deep out there did you fish?
I had 30, 35.
Yeah.
And, but I did figure out that the points was better than the creek channels or the main channel run, you know, or something like that. Just some kind of point that had a rush on it seemed to be better. So, you know, I'm sure that they're going to move on up, but I think they getting ready to do their winter feed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, get fattened up here for winter time.
Well, I do too. I definitely, like I said, Wesley and I got to fish a couple of 3 hours there. The activity, minnows flipping out in the middle of the creeks and that kind of thing, yeah. The fish we caught was, heck, showing 2 foot of water on the depth finder, got up to about 2.5, about 2.3, 2.2, 2.3. Wasn't over 2.5 foot of water, and just barely did keep the trolling motor off the bottom, but the fish were in there. They was running. You seen those big black balls of shad swimming up the bank, and then if you just watch, and just in a minute these be
Oh yeah, yes,
run
sir.
them everywhere,
Yes,
and then they'd gather back up, and then 5-10 minutes they'd be right back through the middle of them again.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's getting. There's, you know, it's coming up on the winter feed here. I'm just going to tell you. I remember 3 or 4 years ago, went down there Thanksgiving weekend, caught 3 or 4 nice bass. A couple of them on a rig, and went right back down there in Christmas week, and right in there in the same dead blame spot. They was in there, you wouldn't have thought it, they was in a 1.5 foot of water.
I think that 70-degree water is kind of holding them back when it drops on down there into them 60s, and that's when they really get active in.
Yeah. They just feed up, you know, they hunt the bait. I mean, heck, it's the thing. I mean, shoot, why would you want to try to swim around out there in 40 foot of water trying to find something to eat when the dang minnows is so thick in there in 5 foot of water you can walk on?
Well, how many baits did you catch fish on?
3 different baits.
3 different baits. Out of the 6 fish I caught 2 the smallmouth and 1 largemouth back-to-back throws on the same little old crankbait, and all the others was caught on different baits. Spinner baits, chatterbait.
Spinnerbait, chatterbait, and rattle trap. That's what Wesley and I were throwing.
Rattle trap and never got a strike on it, but I throwed the frogs. I throwed all kinds of stuff over top that grass down there, and never had the first bump.
Well, that's the way it was as we went from Little Emery down to Big Emery and down through there in that grass. We just stopped here and there and throw the frog on it. And, never got the first blow up.
And that one feller that I was talking to, one of my buddies down there, he said he come around through there and said he looked out there and seen that big old dark spot in the water and said, boy, out there's some milfoil on that point. And said he went out through there and just kept going toward that dang dark spot, thinking, you know, you ought to be getting up there close to it, but said it wasn't milfoil, it was minnows.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. That's
trying to catch up with it.
Right. So yeah, I mean, there's them fish they're gonna move in. You know, I'm gonna tell you, one of the best times in the world is about 2 or 3 days after they pull that water down.
Oh yeah.
They pull that water down, give them time to settle down just a little bit, and years ago, Mike and I were down there and we was filming and dadgum, we got out there and in Big Emery and them son of a guns was coming up through there just breaking everywhere, and we had 2 of them I threw it out there and hooked one. I said, I've got him, get the camera. Mike said, I've got one too, I can't get the camera. So we fooled around there, them son of guns, for 30 minutes. And I finally got down to the bottom of the boat and got the camera and just let that I had on. I just held the rod and just let him run. We'd take the boat and chase them down and everything else. But, you know, they was 25, 30 pounders.
Yes, sir.
And,
yes, sir.
And I don't know how many, and we missed 2 or 3 big bass that evening.
Oh, yeah.
Down there fishing right after they pulled that water down. So yeah, it's perfect time, you know, and you're looking a couple of weeks away, around November the 15th. If nothing goes wrong, they'll have their suck down there in winter pool, and so that's usually kind of the deal. We're running about out of time. Got about 5 minutes. Do remember our sponsors: Edgemore Outdoors, Pamela Hands, Tim's Tires, Reynolds Racing and Marine, IUOE. We appreciate every one of those people, and we do have the decals if you're interested in one. We'd like to sell you one for sure to help keep the show going. But speaking of that, the water temperature is going to be cooling off. Make sure you're safe, got your life jacket on, or at least out where you could get to it if you were to slip and fall in, and that kind of thing. So hard to get them, and you're in the water. There's no chances of you getting your life jacket out is a lot slimmer than what it would be if you had it laid out on the deck or in the seat. You know, where if you could walk down the side of the boat, grab your life jacket, and at least give you something to help you, you know, stay afloat till you get some help or get back in your boat. So just a little word of caution, you know, set yourself up for something good rather than something bad. So I take mine if I'm not wearing it, and you know, when I get ready to fish, I flop it off and put it in the seat. And gives me, then when I get back in the stern wheel, I got something to set on, and then if I need a life jacket, hopefully I can get to it better than not having them all locked up. But hey, do remember our sponsors, and maybe weather will be decent enough we can get on the water this weekend and make a good fishing trip.
That's right. Hopefully we can do it.
Yep. God bless you all. Have a safe week. Good weekend. Be careful. We'll see you next week.
Country Fresh Foods. You may not know the name, but you definitely know the taste. Our homemade fudge is shipped all over the country. Its quality is unmatched, and it's made right here in Oliver Springs. But you don't have to travel all over to enjoy it. You can get it right here at our retail store, Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts. The highest quality fudge in a countless variety of flavors. And we also carry a variety of candy and unique gifts for you to enjoy. Come enjoy the taste you have loved for years at Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts in Oliver Springs, a division of Country Fresh Foods.
Let's go fishing. You know it's really great. Let's go fishing. In the rivers and on the lakes. Let's go fishing. It's easy when you try. Floating on the water with good old Steve and Mike. Floating on the water with good old Steve and Mike.
And let's all stand together. Let's sing this great hymn. Hymn number 402, Isn't the Love of Jesus Something Wonderful? Hymn number